Okay, welcome everybody to episode 4 of the Thunder Gals. We're coming at you today. I'm Brittany, aka Oklahoma Soda Gal on Threads, here with my pal Paula, who is
Hello, and I'm OGB Paula on Threads.
yes, and now Paula comes to you from Oklahoma. I come to you from northern Minnesota. This wasn't in our show notes, but I did have to briefly talk about this. We got this beautiful aurora display over the United States this week. It was a little bit ironic because up where I live in way north Minnesota. Like I'm an hour north of Lake Superior, 3.5 hours north of the Twin Cities. So I see the Northern Lights like not all the time, but it's not completely like out of the ordinary to see them up here. Um, and then on Tuesday night, Paula took a picture where she could see the Northern Lights from Oklahoma City. And
Yes,
meanwhile, it was cloudy here, and so I'm up here in northern Minnesota, can't see a thing. And ironically, my friend all the way down in central Oklahoma gets outside and get a picture of him. Now I did get to see him after that. Like the clouds finally parted later. It was fine, but it
you
was
can have
just ironic.
parts. Yeah, no, it was the aurora was just gorgeous, and to be able to even see it with the bare eye was cool because I'm in the suburbs, but I'm close enough to the city that there's still light pollution. So of course I did, take a picture like everybody else with, the delay, and it was just gorgeous. And just the fact to be able to see it this far south was just, it was cool. So thank you for reminding me that I got to go outside and enjoy a gorgeous light show this week.
Well, it was funny too because when the clouds did finally part, I kind of looked out the window and could see some stars. I was like, okay, I ran outside and I looked north, and at first I didn't see anything. I'm like, well, that's wild. Why am I not? And then I looked south. I had to look south to see the northern lights because they
Oh,
were
wow.
south, like they were south of me for a minute.
Yeah.
But then, like about an hour later, they were right above me. So I've got pictures where I'm looking straight up and it looks like they're going out in all directions. It's called the coronal effect. And it's basically where you're looking straight up at the pillar from underneath. So that red pillars that you're seeing from like far away,
Uh-huh.
I was like looking directly up from underneath them. So it was really neat to
Like
get to see
like
that.
twisters when you're in the building and you're looking up into the eye of the storm, you can.
Yeah, totally. So anyway, super cool. What a cool week. We also got blessed with some just amazing Thunder basketball this week.
Gosh.
Um,
Which I know I mean, I hate to get tired to ever say that, but it's been amazing. I mean, 12 and 1 start,
Best in franchise history, even better. They were 11 and 2 at this time last season. So
and
a
we know what
game
happened
a
last
game
season.
better now. So 81 and 1 still on the table. Um,
Absolutely.
I've been listening to some of the national folks talk, and there's a lot of talk of like 70 plus wins now, and everybody's like, you know what? They may do it.
One of
Uh,
the things I've noticed on the national national commentary and stuff, especially when you have a panel that has like the, former players and stuff on it, like they kind of shake their head and go, "Man, Oklahoma City.
right.
How do you stop that? How do you, wow, that's just, and when they're getting reverent like that, that there's something special.
Yeah, no, we're so blessed as a fan base. This team has had a lot of success in Oklahoma City over the years anyway. I'm married to a man from Minnesota. He is a long-suffering fan of the Timberwolves and the Vikings, who just perpetually have disappointed him in his life. So there's a hint of jealousy sometimes at some of the success we've had as Thunder fans. And now we've got a championship and we've got a team that looks like a dynasty in the making. We got our big three is signed up for years to come and pieces galore and just a team that just behaves as a team.
You know, the funniest thing though, I heard this week was Shea himself talking about the championship and that he wasn't satisfied in how they won. And when you look at that on, take it at face value, you're like, okay, wait a minute. You guys were number one in the West the whole time, and you still ran away with the championship. What's not to be happy about?
Yeah, I think it's that 7 game series against the Pacers because
Yeah,
I think the team, I think Shea and the guys all felt like, and I mean even us as fans, we all kind of knew like that was the real test. Like, can you beat these championship tested Nuggets with Jokic, who is like playing on another planet right now as to what he's bringing to the basketball world and being able to knock them out and get over that hump. And then the way they just took care of the Timberwolves, like they were almost nothing.
your poor husband.
Um, oh, he was so mad. He, you know, that all leading in, they were so heavily favored against this Pacers team that frankly no one thought the Pacers were going to be in the finals at the beginning of last year. And even
Mhm.
by like December and January of last year, I think the Pacers started like 10 and 16 out of the gate the first quarter of the season.
Yeah, not a
Halliburton
strong
was
start.
having trouble. Um, so it really feels like they thought they should have kind of run away with that. They blew game one. They shouldn't have. So yeah, I kind of see where he's coming from. What about you?
I see it. I agree. I mean, I know, you know, people talk and compare the East versus the West, and they that maybe the East teams aren't stronger than the West, so we should just roll through them. And that's not the case. I mean, okay, granted there might be some teams, but not not in general. But the Pacers, no, they put up a heck of a fight. And in my mind, as proud and as excited as I am with that championship, when Hallie went down, I felt so bad because one, you never want to see a player hurt like that. Never, ever, ever, ever. But then you sit there and go, oh, are people going to look at this with an asterisk? If they win, did they win because they earned it, or did they win because the Pacers, after Hallie went down, they were shaken? Now, of course, I believe we would have won anyway, but to have that, so part of me wonders if Shea kind of maybe in the back of his head thinks a little bit about that. Maybe we didn't win the way they wanted to because Hallie was out. And with him
Yeah,
being the competitor that he is, I can see that.
he
Because you
he
always want to
wants
go
to
against the
beat
best.
the best.
Yep.
So you don't be the best unless you beat the best. So yeah, I think that plays into it too. I think you're totally right about that.
I did
I
hear an interesting thing, and I don't remember right now if it was the Warriors or the Lakers, which were going to be two marquee games this week. That's what I'm going to say about that. Um, and our mayor, Yo Rush, yeah, I like being on this bandwagon. I do. Anyway, but somebody said that one of those games was the first game that Hallie had watched the Thunder play since the championship last week. I mean, last year.
mm.
So he was tuning in for what would have been a great game. Welcome, we always welcome people to sit on our Oklahoma City bench with us. So, but
Well, you know, this kind of takes us a little bit out of order of how we had planned to do this, and who cares? Because it's our show.
Oh no,
Um,
we can say what we want.
since we're talking about how good Shea is and those finals and how good the team is playing this year without J-Dub, again, let's just keep reiterating
And
J-Dub
Dort
still hasn't played. Dort's
and
been out 5 or 6 games
Rich
now.
and oh my gosh, yeah.
Um, despite all that, this team and Shea particularly are playing with a confidence. And like I know last year the narrative was Shea's aura. He's got this aura. That aura to me, like it was there last year.
Hmm.
But if you watch those tunnel walks when he's walking into arenas now, there's like a whole new level of aura going on of like
Yeah.
part of the reason I think this team is playing so well is winning that championship last year. Now they know they're that good. Like
Hmm.
last year, they thought they were that good and everything. Like the Nuggets was a test and we got to get past these humps. They're coming in this year like, we know we the champs. We
Hmm.
know we're the team to beat.
Yep.
And we're still hungry. We still want to win more. So bring it. And like
Yes.
that's the aura, right?
Mhm. I love when he said that he's changed how he walks in the tunnel. He's actually slowed himself down so that everybody can get their shot. And I'm like, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Hmm. It even feels like he's not even quite trying as hard with the fashion anymore either. He looks like he's like, I'm a young dad now. I've got a kid. I'm just strolling in ready to take care of business.
I still want to go to one of his garage sales though. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, he's still got the eye. Um, I Hart's been bringing some great fashion to the table too.
Absolutely. I don't know if he got a new stylist or if his stylist has just stepped it up and Suave Report on Threads actually called out the stylist the other day, and I wish I had it in front of me, but
Yeah.
seriously, I Hart has, you know, he now he wasn't always wearing the sweatsuit fits that Chet always did, which Chet stepped up too.
Chet's
I guess
stepping
the
up,
champions, they have to wear clothes that match the Rolex that Shea got him now.
right?
You know, but no, I Heart, and I mean, it's just they look good. I'm
I
just,
have also noticed Chet wears that championship ring.
oh yeah. Oh, did
And
you?
not the little one from inside. Like he wears the full big one. Like he's like, I'm
That's
wearing
funny.
it.
I'm sure. Going to the dentist. Oh, by the way.
He's playing with a whole new level of confidence too. Like just
Yes.
there's just Shay is the leader. He's clearly like the head, but like that aura now permeates the entire team. And you see it from everyone from Shay to Chet to AJ Mitchell. Like these guys are all now just bringing an extra level of confidence.
This next man up mentality that they've had is just so obvious this year. I mean, AJ Mitchell, what do we got? 4 or 5 starts on him already? Almost tripled his output from what few games he had last year.
I
It's
mean, shoot, we
just
need people to get healthy so he doesn't start too many games to not be eligible for sixth man of the year anymore.
exactly like and I know it'll take some time for everybody to adjust back in, but Kaysen's stepping up for Dort. Look, the way that Kaysen guarded John Morant and Luca and Steph this week. I mean, come on. Kept them at
And
love.
Kayson's young. This is his third season. He
It's
is he is very young. He is a third year player, and he is bringing it. He is. I mean, it reminds me of when Lou Dort was coming of age as a defender in his younger days with the Thunder. Like how are we just doing this over and over again? But it's clear the
Span.
team has bought into Dagnall's defensive system.
Yeah.
And you hear the national commentators and like the Tim Leglers like really talking about like they truly communicate, they move as a unit together. They know where they're supposed to be when their other player is in one spot. They know where they need to be to help. They know where they need to be to quickly move off of that guy. And they do it almost seamlessly. And they bring such force that they almost take away the other team's will sometimes. And we saw that this week I mean, the Warriors and Lakers were just rattled
Steph got his very first flagrant ever against
ever,
us this week.
ever. Yeah.
He was
And
shook.
it just couldn't believe it. Just
No.
how are these guys doing this? And it got me into thinking. I was like, I've got to look into some numbers here on how good is this Thunder defense. Well, for those of you watching on YouTube, I am going to share my screen and we are going to look at basketball reference a second because if you look here at the Thunder's adjusted defensive rating is 106.64. The second place team is the Pistons at 110.75. So that's a difference of 4.11. So to find that difference between the Pistons and the next team down, you have to go all the way down to between 13th and 14th. The Philadelphia 76ers in 14th at 115 is a difference of 4.25 between them and the Pistons at number 2. So the
Wow.
difference between 1 and 2 is the equivalent of the difference between 2 and 14. Um,
That's
this
for
this
a
is
non-healthy
another
team.
level, y'all. Like this is not like they're not just a good defensive team. They're not just a great defensive team. They are an elite defensive team, and they are again leading the league in point differential. They are averaging 15.5 point victory right now.
And this is with Shea, always back to Shea, sitting for 7 of the 13 fourth quarters. More than half the games, Shea is just chilling on the bench for the
And
fourth.
still averaging over 30 points a game. It
What was it we were saying the other night? It was like, man, it was a bad night for Shea. He only got 29.
like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We are truly witnessing greatness. And
Yeah.
I want
We
to
got,
tell fans out there real quick,
yeah.
uh, eh, enjoy this. These teams don't come around often. Watch these games, enjoy the games, just enjoy the moment. Don't get caught up in worrying about, where we're going to be in 5 years. Enjoy what is going on right now. You're witnessing true greatness.
And speaking of greatness, don't you love my segues?
I
Yes.
do.
Your jersey that you're wearing is my all-time favorite jersey. That the it's just the turquoise, everything about it. I just have always loved that one. And this week the NBA released the city editions, and the one that Oklahoma City has is an homage to that one.
It is. I'm so excited. It's like a native heritage Thunder jersey for the city edition. So this was the one from 2019 and this is the turquoise one. Uh, It's been my favorite one as well. I frankly almost think we should just rebrand and like this should be our logo and colors, to be honest. Like
No argument over here.
it's so unique and fitting to Oklahoma. and actually has the character of Oklahoma with it that I don't think our just kind of Doritos OKC logo really quite carries with it. Um,
We need the
but
Diallo one where he ripped it open at the slam dunk competition with the Superman underneath.
so this year's is like the inverse of this. So instead of like turquoise being the main color and the navy blue accents being the accents, the new one is like navy blue with turquoise being the accents. I have it pulled up. I'm going to share that with us for those of you watching on YouTube, and we can take a look here at the Thunder's new city editions. And here you can see how like the turquoise here is the accent and navy is the main color. It still has the same kind of detail, this like lighter navy up
Hmm.
top with a darker navy down below, similar to this turquoise that has like a light and dark turquoise going on. I think these look amazing.
Yeah.
November 19th, so next week, will be the debut of these. And I believe they have a city edition court to go with them this year as well.
Yep.
So
That's what
that
I've
will
heard.
be really neat. I'm really excited for that. I'm really happy that we got some cool city editions again. I was a little bit unimpressed with the last couple years
Yeah.
city editions. Like they were fine, but these native editions really like I think there's something special.
I'm gonna have to, go look at sizing, of course. I'm not even gonna get into that again. The I think I want to get this one. I think I want to cop this one, and I want to cop it in Nikki T's number.
Ooh,
Twofold. One, because I think it'd be a collector's item for Nikki T. And then when he hits the court, I can wear it and celebrate him breaking his non-competitive game
that's
record.
right.
So,
The only man with a ring who still hasn't played an NBA minute.
yep, has not played a regulation minute. So maybe I buy that and that'd be the incentive and I can wear that the night he breaks it. So,
I
and they're
bet
just
you could
gorgeous.
get him
So,
to autograph it too. Um,
you know,
you know
I'm gonna
the
make a note of
the
that.
Timberwolves City Edition this year is they brought back their Prince themed City Edition uniforms
And that's
and
a
a
great one.
Prince themed City Edition court. They're going to be doing their City Edition night on December 19th in Minneapolis against the Thunder.
Oh,
I was looking for tickets to this game. The Thunder are a hot ticket right now. So when I was looking at tickets for the Western Conference Finals back in May, I ended up not getting to go because it was like $150 was the cheapest ticket I could find
hmm,
for a Western Conference Finals game. That made sense.
should have been higher. Yeah.
The cheapest ticket I can find to this regular season matchup against the Thunder in December is 100 and like it was like 115 or 120 before tax per ticket for like nosebleeds behind the basket and like the highest like the most worst position seat in the stadium. I'm
But you can
like
hit the arena.
I'm still gonna try and go. It's a little rich for where I'm at right now.
Okay, we have time.
I've got a
Somebody might
case
give a
I'm working
Christmas
on
present.
that if the money comes in for this case, I might be able to do it no problem. But if any of you out there need an attorney in an employment discrimination case in Oklahoma, let me know. I am a licensed Oklahoma attorney. So I hopefully will get that money in time to be able to go.
If you get to
It's
go, that would be amazing because that would be
that's a
a
lot
fun
of
day.
money for really crappy seats though.
I know, but
what
It
I'll
is
do is
almost Christmas though.
if I get this settlement in time, then I'll just get better tickets and just if I'm gonna pay that much, I'm gonna go ahead and just find some better tickets.
I
But that's how hot
understand.
of a ticket they are. Like nosebleed December tickets for Thunder in Minneapolis going for like $120. Like
Yeah.
this is like playoff level kind of pricing. It's unbelievable.
That's pretty close to what it's in the ballpark of what I paid to go to opening night, ring ceremony night, and I was up in the nosebleeds. But to me,
But that's like a ring night.
I know, like to me, there was no question. I was like, okay, I just need to pick which one.
That's not rando game in December.
That's true. Oh,
So
but you know
I
who
just blew me away.
you
Blew
know
me
who you get to
away.
see play? I Hart.
I'm hey, I want to see the whole team. I love
Right.
all of them. And speaking of I Hart, I believe you have something to discuss on that front.
Well, I do because I Hart has been showing out this season. Like I mean, he was already good, but he is showing out.
He
And
he
so a
really
lot of the
is.
conversation I've been hearing this week was how are we going to keep iHeart? Can we keep iHeart? Because, locking in the big three takes a lot. That takes a lot. And, are we going to be able to keep him? So what I did was I reached out to some people may be familiar with John Hamm back when X was Twitter.
Yeah,
He's over on the Butterfly app now, but he is so he's with the OKC Dream Team podcasts and is a NBA salary cap understander. Meaning if there's
he
cap questions, we're going to go to John and John's going to have an answer for us.
he's an expert. He likes to be modest.
I know. And but he's, when I hear numbers, the first thing I'm like, what did John say? What did John say? How's this going to work? So he told me. So the question I asked was, has anyone asked you about cap space and keeping iHeart? He responded, the simple answer is if both parties wish to continue beyond this season, there's really nothing from a cap, tax, apron standpoint to prevent that.
Yeah.
He said, but a more complex answer is I'm just thinking outside of the cap rules. He's like, the Thunder will have the budget. We don't know what it is. Might be the wallet is open as long as you win titles, and it might be south of that. So, unless it's an unlimited budget, some tough decisions will be needed one day. So could the day come when some hard analysis says we value Case and Wallace at X dollars per season more than Hartenstein at a similar number? And is it easier to replace iHeart than Kaysen? Says it could happen. He said if the game shifts back to 1990s and big men are all the rage again, they'll adjust accordingly. But also remember, there are only 15 regular roster spots, and there's going to be a fresh influx of talent every year. Can't keep them all. Churn is inevitable. Wah, wah. Which, talking about fresh new talent, four potential draft picks next year?
Yeah. Well, and Ham's right.
He is.
I'm a regular
And
Dream Team listener, so
yeah.
I've heard some discussions about this over the summer, even before we knew how good he was going to look this year. Which to put a number on how good he is right now for the Thunder,
Mhm.
there's a stat called player efficiency rating that John Hollinger came up with back when he used to work at ESPN back in the day and it was a advanced statistic to try to like come up with a holistic view of each player and give an idea like to be able to compare players who don't play the same position and kind of
Mm.
give like an actual like numeric value to be able to compare. Isaiah Hartenstein is the 27th best player efficiency rating in the league right now. He
Wow.
even ranks two spots ahead of Josh Giddey at the moment, who's helping lead the Bulls to a nice record. Um,
Doing amazing.
so Hartenstein is truly playing some top-notch NBA basketball right now,
Yeah, for real.
being able to be up there. The Thunder have three players in the top 30, by the way. Shea, Chet, and Hartenstein are all three in the top 30 in efficiency rating. Shea is
You
ranked
kind of,
second or third right now. He's been hovering second or third. It's Jokic, and then Shea and Giannis are close to each other. Jokic is all like on another level right now. Um, Shea
he
may
played
not
a
win
lot.
the MVP just because Jokic has come out playing at an even newer, tougher level this year. Um,
But would Jokic even care?
I
Let
mean,
him go back
clearly
to
he
his job.
does. Clearly he does. He has come out trying to
He's
show off
so
this
good.
year.
And he's a
Um,
silly goose, and I will always call him a silly goose. I don't care if he's, 7'9", 300 pounds. So
um, but yeah, so like that's what we're talking about. Hartenstein is great. Part of the thing that I'm really sad about with like Thomas Sorber, our lottery pick from this past draft, because we
yeah,
just keep getting lottery picks while like winning championships, because that's a thing we do. Sorry, Clippers. Um,
thank
and
you, Clippers.
Sorber getting hurt, I'm really sad about that because there would be minutes for him right now with all these injuries we've had early in the season.
Yeah,
I'd like to see, what kind of player we have there to know how we should feel about Hartenstein, and it would make that decision easier for Presti as well to know, because now we just really have this guy now that is going to miss all year, and we don't really know what we have in him, and the team has to make a decision on I Hart after this season because they have a team option on this contract, so. It's
yeah.
really in the Thunder's court as to whether we want to hang on to him or not. Um,
I see what you did there. Court.
yeah, you like that? Yeah. So, it's going to be interesting to see. I love I Hart. I hope we can keep him, but John Hamm is right. We don't know that we can. But that's why I said earlier in the episode, enjoy what's in front of us.
Yes,
Because we're witnessing greatness, and regardless of who's on this team next year, we've got a really great chance to repeat. Let's just have fun, enjoy this moment, and lap it up as fans while we can. I know I am.
absolutely. So, we get a rest tonight. We get another NBA Cup round this weekend.
Oh,
So, oh, do we get a?
Azul has decided to come visit us for the final segment
Oh,
here.
good. Hello.
The official cat of the Thunder Gals. He is
Yes.
an old man and being whiny right now.
We all are some days. We all are.
Uh, well, we will be back with y'all next week. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in on YouTube. Our views are going way up this week. Um, we now have the audio only going out on wherever you listen to your podcasts, which apparently is Apple Podcasts for most of you. Um,
Wherever,
so
wherever works for you.
listen, give us a 5-star rating, like and subscribe, all that stuff, and
What is it?
we'll be
Smash that button. No, I'm just kidding.
smash that subscribe button, and we will be back with y'all next week to live, laugh, and love the Thunder.
Absolutely. Guys, have a great week.